Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe today, thank you. Big ol' hug. Big ol' thank you to everybody who's already subscribed, all of my viewers. Without you, I would not have a channel, right? So thank you all so much. I love you all. Those of you who are new and don't know, I'm also an author. I'm writing a series, an action-adventure love story on superhero twin flames. It's called Perception, the Two Yet One. This is book 1. I've read it aloud live on Facebook, and I've uploaded all of those videos here for you to watch. Book 2 is published and available. These books can be purchased on Kindle Direct Publishing. All the links that you need to purchase or watch me read book 1 aloud are in the description box below. There's a lot of good stuff in the description box. If you would like a personal reading, I am still currently offering those. So to contact me, the information is in the description box. Okay, so let's see if I can describe what I'm doing here quickly. Last month was Mother's Day, and since this is the Mother Speaks Tarot, the channel dedicated to the mother being heard, as she's been ignored, and I didn't even know about her until I was in my 20s. This is a platform for her to speak, to be heard, and so all last month for Mother's Day we received our messages from different mother energies, which was really super awesome. We did that to celebrate Mother's Day. This month is Father's Day, and so we're doing the same thing. Yes, this channel is for the mother because she's been quieted for thousands of years, but we do very much love God the Father, the Lord. That's who I was very, very close with and still am. You know, before I knew the mother even existed, I've always been very much loving God. So this month we're doing the same thing. We're getting our messages from different father energies. Last week we received our messages from Master Jesus. This week we're receiving our messages from Thoth. And if you've been with me on my channel here, you know that I've been calling him Thoth. But for this weekend before this week started, I kept hearing Thoth, 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 and so that's what I'm calling him this week. The reason he is a father energy this week is many years ago I was meditating and I was very deep. I was almost asleep, and I was he came to mind. I was thinking about him, and I heard very clearly, "You are a good daughter." So thank you, Thoth. He's endeared himself to me, you know, ever since. So I love him. He's awesome. Very good energy. You might notice that behind him is the moon. This is why I have my moon lamp out, doing different colors. Let's see if I can. There we go. It's got a little remote control. Love that thing. So he's all about writing as well. So I feel like he helps me write my books. But this message is about write your life. You've already written your divine blueprint. So write what comes next. And his wife is Ma'at, the goddess of balance that we see in the Justice card. Okay, so for Thoth, I'm going to be using his deck. This is the first deck that I used on this channel. It was the only deck that I had. It has some very deep concepts in it. Also, if I need to clarify, I'll use my little Rider Tarot deck. And at the end of the reading, see, I was ordering more masculine decks for this month, and you know, I didn't even look for one. I don't even know if there's a Thoth oracle. There probably is, but he told me I didn't need to because the Isis oracle had everything in it that he wanted to say. And you know how I like my oracles and my decks to match. He's all, just take my card. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, put it on there. I'm like, oh, they match, don't they? She's got the moon behind her. He's got the moon behind him. Kind of a lot the same. They match. Isn't he awesome? So yeah, Thoth. Isis. Pardon me. Yeah, he taught Isis, and so everything that he wants to say is in here. And so we'll be pulling one card from the Isis Oracle deck, and they have just been incredible. It is just so amazing to me every time how one of her cards can just address the entire reading, and that's what's been going on. Now, this deck doesn't have reversed meanings, but today in particular, I've really been feeling those reversed meanings. So as a reader, I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will. I read major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint. That is the plan that you wrote for your life before you incarnated, so that you would encounter and hopefully learn certain poignant lessons of life that, when learned, raise the vibration and wisdom encoded in your soul. The free will can sometimes we can sometimes lower our vibration with our free will in a lifetime, but if you can manage to continue to rise in vibration lifetime after lifetime, you will get to become what is called an enlightened being, like Jesus, like Buddha, like Thoth. And we know that those people, like Isis, and we know those people can affect a great deal of positive change on the planet. And so when I'm looking at your major arcana cards, it's a lot like looking at your fate, except it's not because of the free will. Now, there are times when we write things into our divine blueprint that we can't change no matter what we do, and that is because we wrote it that way. Yeah, and those times are indicated to me by the Wheel of Fortune card, which you don't have. Okay, so let's get started. Right here at the heart of everything, Leo, you have the Knight of Wands. This is your own energy, Wands energy. This is Sagittarius energy in particular. But what I'm getting from this and this card down here is that you are now ready to dash ahead. You are now ready to move into something. You may have something has sparked your passion. That's what this knight does. He is ready for the quest for new thrills. He's like he's got all this energy. The Ace of Wands, which is what he holds in his hand, is inspiration, that divine spark that just, you're so excited about what you're doing that you jump out of bed and you hit the ground running in the morning, and I feel like that's what you're doing. For some of you, you may have decided to move. This is also a card of moving your residence, and if you've decided to move, you could be really stoked about it. However, I feel like this is this energy that you have hasn't quite, well, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, okay? So what this is this can be an adrenaline junkie type energy. This is the life of the party kind of person. I'm feeling like this is you're just filled with some kind of passion, and you want to jump ahead, go ahead with something. You want something to change, because the Knight of Wands, all the knights actually are bringers of change, like change of residence. But if you're not moving, this is something else, and it's something that you're really excited about. That's really beautiful. Maybe you want to offer this Ace of Wands. Oh, well. The next energy that we read here is always read right side up. It's the energy that crosses this. And I feel like even though you've got all of this passion and you're raring to go, is the phrase I was looking for a minute ago. This is, you're kind of at a standstill right now. Okay, you are trying to find a new perspective. Okay, I don't know. I feel like you may have already gotten the enlightenment that comes from this new perspective. That's what happens when the Hanged Man is in the reverse. I just feel like something happened here that changed your mind because of this card. So let's I keep wanting to get to this one. So let's get to it, okay? So here we have the Prince of Wands. And he's in the reverse. And you can see right here, this is very much your card. Here's the lion, okay? This is the sun warrior in his chariot. He is a lot like the Knight of Wands. In this particular deck, there's no king, and just in case you were wondering. The queens are the highest, and then we have the knight, and the prince and the princess are the children of the queen, right? So this is the Prince of Wands, who is very much like the knight, okay? They are energetic, they can be willful, they can be impulsive, they are generous, they are intellectual, okay? They can be a little bit tricky, but they are brilliant, they are strong, agile, they move quickly. This is in the reverse, okay? So I feel like you haven't been moving, okay? You haven't been feeling this. You see see what I'm saying here? When you have these two together, this is almost like a mirror. He's not royalty, he's the knight, but he can make himself royalty if he wants to. He can keep going, okay? But you see, this guy is upside down. It's almost like a mirror effect. You see what I'm saying? And so even though this is representing you wanting to now move ahead, this is representing what you've been doing. This is the root of all of this. You haven't been jumping ahead there because you've been in this state of not knowing what to do, of trying to get this new perspective on something. And that's why I feel like you may have gotten this new perspective. You may still be trying to get more out of it, but something obviously brought you from this not moving to this, wanting to take off, wanting change, okay? Now, of course, if you're standing still like this, which is what I feel like this is, because there is no reversal for this prince, but he's unmanifested. And so while this would be like an explosive movement forward, kind of a lot like this is you not doing what you would eventually be meant to do here. Which is how you're feeling now. Now, the Hanged Man, there is an element of sacrifice here. Okay, so if you're still in this Hanged Man moment, look at that. Oh, there goes the landline, just totally verifying this particular thing that I'm saying. If you are still trying to get this new perspective, did you do the right thing? Did you make the right sacrifice? Now, I'm not talking about like sacrifice an animal, and I would never, ever say anything like that. This is the kind of sacrifice where he hangs himself upside down to see this new perspective. Okay, it's just that this particular card, it's got elements of the sacrifice of Jesus here. So that's why when we were getting our messages from Jesus last week, I was saying he is the Hanged Man, because see, this is in this deck, this is actually Osiris, but he does have this Jesus element here to show that Osiris and Jesus are their sacrifice is a little bit similar, not completely. You know what I mean? So, what? Okay, that's all I'm getting out of that. I wanted to keep going, but then it was like, no, that's not that. Okay, so this is the energy that is in your most recent past that is moving out of your life at this time. So this is, I'm feeling the reversed meaning for this. The Eight of Wands is a lot of communication. It's a lot of swift movement. Do you see that? Swiftness. If there's one thing that you want to call this prince right here, he's fast, okay? he is swiftness itself. You were not moving swiftly. And also here as well, this swiftness, this fire energy. You know, fire can burn pretty fast. It can move very swiftly, burn through things. And so that your fire wasn't lit. And what this is, while this is communication and a lot of fast movement, I would say this is not movement, no quick movement, and either no communication or miscommunication. This also talks about the inability to judge or to make a decision. And so this is what I'm thinking is what's still going on. You're ready to move forward, but it's like you're still trying to find something. I'm not sure what. This another new perspective. I don't know. But this not moving, this either no communication or miscommunication. This also talks, in the weight deck, this also talks about the arrows of jealousy, internal disputes, okay? So this is fighting, okay? It's basically negative communication, whether it's no communication, miscommunication, communicating with negative energy, okay? So another Sagittarius influence, you got Sagittarius here. You got a lot of fire in here. I don't know if you've got Sagittarius in your chart. Just one moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. I had to address something with someone. Now, I think I was talking about the Sagittarius, okay? So, the Knight of Wands is a Sagittarius influence. The Hangman is a Sagittarius influence, and this card of swiftness is also Sagittarius, so I think that that's very interesting, those three cards there with the Sagittarius energy. This Prince here is very much you, though, but just to point out those three Sagittarius cards all together. Okay, so the next two cards for me as a reader are future cards, and what we have here is the Five of Wands, and here it's called strife. I like that word because it's basically conflict. It can be drama, but it ends up constructive in the end. However, what this is like the end of that. This is the relief. This is the calm after the conflict. Sometimes this is more disputes, even up to the point of litigation. Okay, so there could be more conflict coming in, maybe even to the point where there could be litigation or even trickery or something. There's some more disputes coming because I see that more this because of this. Now this is the Nine of Swords, and this is a bunch of worry. However, it is also overthinking. Okay, it's cruelty. Somebody could be being cruel to you with this type of energy. Of course, if there was some sort of litigation involved, that's something that would create a lot of worry in people. Now look at, there is you right there. There you are. There's Leo. So I feel like, look at you. You're right at the center of all of this thing going on. You know, so you know what I hope is that maybe you're just really worried, and then all of a sudden this is your relief after the conflict. Because this is sometimes relief and calm after the conflict. Okay, but then of course, you know, if this does have to do with more conflict, more disputes, even to the point of litigation, then you know, that swords, the sword of truth, the sword of justice, this is something that is, you know, that could also be feasible. could be why you're still trying to figure stuff out here. Now, here's your hope card. Okay, let's see, this is discs. So this is earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. It's got a bit of Taurus down here. And the crescent here means the moon. The moon is intuition and stuff like that. But your hope is success. Your hope is that I call this my boomerang energy card, because this is about karma. But it's not about bad karma. It's about good karma. And a lot of other decks you'll see like a rich person with a set of scales like the Libra scales. So to me this has, even though it's earth and Libra is air, this is also a Libra card for me because of it. It does have to do with karma. Libra, the scales, justice, that all has to do with karma, how things even out, how things balance out in life, okay? So this card in particular is about success, because this is, like I was saying about the other cards, there's a person who has lots of money and they have the set of scales and they're giving money to people who are less fortunate than them. And, you know, and that sort of evens things out a little bit, you know. It's not like it totally makes it up to those people that they're poor, but it does help. It does help to balance that out a little bit. But what it really means is the good stuff that you do comes back. The good things that you do for others, that's good karma that comes back for you, and it leads to success. So this is also number 6, which is the number of love, and I'm feeling that this could have something to do with love for you. But this is success in life itself, in doing good works. I feel like you've been doing good works. However, you've been going through some stuff, and you've got more stuff that looks like it's coming. So you're like, universe, please, when are you going to send me my good karma? When are you going to send me success? Well, Thoth is saying it's right here. Spirit understands what you're hoping for. Spirit knows that you've done good stuff. You're not being punished. It's just that these are lessons that we sign ourselves up for before we incarnate to learn. So there's something here for you to learn. However, keep this hope. Understand that the universe sees the good things that you've done, and this will come. Have faith. All right, so the next energy that we have is another Taurus energy. We have the sign of Taurus right here. We've got Taurus up here as well. Taurus and Libra, wow, that's the Empress card. So to me, there's a little bit of the Empress in here. This is about the abundance of your life. It could be the Empress energy in your life that is really underneath all this, even though this is what's at the bottom of the deck. But this is your current state of being, and this is the Hierophant, okay? The Hierophant is a teacher. This is also change. He's the number 5. There's a big change here. He represents big business. He represents marriage. He represents, right now he looks like kind of like a druid. In other decks he's the Pope. In other decks he looks kind of like Merlin. You know, what he is he's a scholar. He's very smart. He has studied the ways of the world. He's studied the mysteries of this place. You know what I mean? While the High Priestess knows, her wisdom comes from her knowing, from her psychicness. His wisdom comes from his knowledge. It comes from his research. He is a teacher. However, this is in the reverse, okay? So this is when someone is feeling like they're in a rut and they want to break out to find something new to inspire you. This is discontent with your circumstances, okay? Now, that would make a lot of sense because of this. You're like, Okay, Spirit. I'm in a rut. These circumstances suck. You may be getting a divorce because he represents marriage. So maybe your relationship is upside down. You could be separating or getting a divorce. But I'm feeling mostly that you're feeling stuck. And you want to get on your horse and ride. You want change. And there is no change going on right now because he's number 5. He's the change and he's upside down. Now, as a major arcana card, this is also a major lesson for you to look at. I think what Spirit wants you to do is to start recognizing when you are discontent with your circumstances, when you feel like you're in a rut. And because this, I think you know this, because you want to get the hell out of there. You want to go on a new quest. You want to go on a new adventure. Maybe you don't like so much convention, you know? Yeah, you don't like your situation because you've just been hanging around and not being yourself, this sun god. That's what you are. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. This is the sun warrior. He represents Prometheus, even brilliance, swiftness itself. You are swiftness, and here you are just hanging here until some information comes in. Maybe you're expecting information to come in. Maybe you're trying to look at this situation differently so that you can figure out a way to get on your horse and get the hell out of Dodge, which is just old news for you now. Now, this is your fear. Now, this is a queen here. This could be an air sign, which is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. This queen is in her reversed energy, okay? So if this is, it doesn't have to be an air sign. I know someone who fits this description very well, and she is a water sign. But the Queen of Swords is somebody who has gone through a lot in life. She's often a widow. She's gone through very painful things, but instead of letting it get her down, instead of getting depressed or hating her life or being mean to others, letting it jade her, she learns from them. She becomes better. She learns to control her mind, because it's the mind. It is the mind that generates worry. This is overthinking, nightmares, anxiety. What if this? What if that? The mind is what tortures us most of the time, more than other people. Okay? Now, look at this right here. Okay, this is what I feel is, it looks like an old man. This is all the old, outdated crap from her mind that she's cut out of herself. Look at how relaxed she is. Her heart, her being is so light that she can float on a cloud. She is air. Her mind has been healed. I see this as Archangel Raphael healing her mind. He is her crown. Okay? Now, this person, this feminine energy, man or woman, it doesn't matter. When they're like this, they have not learned the lessons. They let themselves get jaded. They do not cut out the old, unnecessary parts of their thinking, of their reactions, they have not learned. And so what this makes them sharp-tongued. This makes them quick to anger. This makes them cold, and they often cut people out of their lives. This is someone who hasn't learned from all the bad stuff they've gone through. They probably just feel sorry for themselves. They feel defensive and they blame others. And this is an angry feminine energy with a very sharp tongue. Now, this type of person is an intellectual as well. They can be very smart, and so they can say just the right thing to really destroy a person if that person allows them to destroy them. Okay, this is very scary energy for some people. So I understand. Now, this is your potential outcome. And here what we have is another prince. So for you, it's your masculine energy that is being addressed here. Everything in this reading that can have some sort of gender is masculine, with this masculine knight. You know, in other decks, the knights don't always have to be men. But here, this is a man here. This is the hanged man. In another deck, they're called the hanged one because it's not a man. Here's a man. The Hierophant is a man. Here we've got the Prince of Discs as a man. The only one is this sphere. It's this feminine energy that is not you. So I think that your masculine energy is being addressed because it's your masculine energy that is at the root of all of this. It is your passion. This is what is the underlying energy, this new beginning that hasn't started or didn't work out. This is the wand that this knight is carrying. Do you see? You want to take this new beginning and get it going because it hasn't. Because you're just hanging around. So this outcome is now this is the one card that I feel is going to manifest eventually, okay? Because right now, this energy is just now starting to manifest, okay? So you've got a strong Sagittarius energy in here, but you've also got a very strong Taurus energy in here as well. Taurus, 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 okay? So there could be a Taurus involved, or it's the energy of Taurus. Maybe if you look into Taurus a little bit, it'll help you figure this out. But this Prince of Discs, he represents great determination, okay? Great determination. Look at who's pulling his chariot is a bull. They don't go all that fast. Look at his wheels. They look like they're turned inwards, like that would be a little bit hard to control his chariot. He is a slow mover, a lot like the Knight of Discs or the Knight of Coins, okay? But this prince is great determination. This energy is just now starting to manifest. Okay, so these three cards where you've got Taurus, okay? Two of them are in the reverse. Okay, so here we've got a prince who is royalty. Then we've got the Hierophant who's the Pope. He's a lot like royalty too. So this is very strong energy here. So it could be that this determination, okay, to get going, you want to get going. And then you've got this crap ahead of you, but maybe this success, which is in the upright, maybe you'll get a message about something and it'll flip this energy for you. Okay? And then what you'll be is very determined to what? to find a new teacher, to get involved with big business, maybe to get married. And you know, if this is not like you going through a divorce or you know what I mean? Once these two flip because of the positivity of this one that is already upright, okay, then you're going to be determined. And you're going to have all the power that you need, all the wisdom that you need, whether it's in the form of a new teacher. Like I said, like when he's upright, you could get a teacher, or you could get married, or you could get into big business, or you could get into a new religion. It just depends on what this means for you, but I feel like you're going to be very determined and have this success, because these three Taurus cards together, this is what it's saying to me. So hope, current state of being, fear, and your possible outcome. Okay, and I already showed you this Ace of Wands. Yeah, see, there was no victory. You haven't been able to move forward in your chariot. Look at you. It's the same. These princes are in chariots. Okay? You want to move forward. And this also represents victory. So when you have this in the reverse, and this is in the reverse, you've been stunted, and there's the Knight of Discs. He is very determined. He's very meticulous. He moves slowly, but he's going. Yep. Alrighty. Yarky darkies. Now, let's get a Isis card for you and close out your reading. Please don't forget to like, especially if this resonated with you. And subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone. And also check out my books. They're part of my divine blueprint. And like I've been saying, I haven't gotten any bad reviews. I channel the book, and I'll give it a shot. Isis. Thank you. Wow, I was looking at this one. Oh, wow. Okay, stay true and be in your power. Holy moly. I am just floored with these oracles and these readings. I don't know, they're just getting more and more powerful. The way the oracles pull these readings together, I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much, Thoth. Thank you so much, Isis, and masculine and feminine energies. Look at these beautiful cards. Oh my God, I love this deck. Stay true and be in your power. Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of divine authority. Wow. You are a sovereign, divine being with spiritual authority and freedom within you. Okay, so I'm sorry to stop here, but I just have to look at, you've got your sovereignty. I was just talking about the princes, these two princes and the Hierophant. Okay, I was just saying these two are royalty, and then this one is, you know, like the Pope. He's like, that's also a lot like royalty. This is, you are being shown that this is your divine sovereign you. Okay, and it also mentions you have spiritual authority and freedom within you. Freedom is this Sagittarius energy. That's what's up with this. All this Sagittarius energy is the free spirit. Okay, you want to. So this is all about freeing your free spirit as well. Okay. Okay. All right, there. You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as you so choose. That's true. And another thing about you guys, Leo, you guys are very royal. You're always royal because, you know, the lion. They call him the king of the jungle or the king of the Serengeti or whatever, the king of the animals. You already have this royalty within you. So, okay, so you do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as you so choose. This is your divine birthright. Guard it as the precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being. You don't have to do anything that anyone tells you. You do not have to ask their permission. Nobody. Not your family, not your friends, not your boss. I mean, you can have a boss, you know, if they're like, oh, can you go do this task? You're like, yeah. But if they're trying to tell you what to do in your personal life, no. The flail and crook, often held by Osiris, are symbols of divine royalty and dominion. These symbols remind us that within we hold great dominion, spiritual authority, and freedom to be the sovereign ruler of our own self. This does not mean that we have to control life or others or even the environment around us, but it does give us complete and utter choice to become as spiritually awake, free, and self-determined as we wish to be, as well as providing us with complete choice as to what our values and actions will be in this lifetime. Okay, so she just straight up mentioned this word here, determination, self-determination, with this royal prince here. And she's talking about as what our values and actions will be in this lifetime. This is what you're still contemplating. There is no permission required from anyone apart from yourself to be and live your truth. There are many voices that will test you on the journey from illusory shackles of fear, loss, or abandonment that may hold you back to tempt you into giving your power away to others. You shall awaken from the testing into the realization of spiritual independence within. Now, I'm going to address this last part. There are many voices. Now, I said that this person has a sharp tongue. There are many voices that will test you on the journey from illusory shackles of fear. This is your fear card. Don't be afraid whatever this person has to say. They may say absolutely terrible things. They may even threaten. But this is actually temptation to give your power away. When somebody is threatening you and you give in to that, you gave your power away. When somebody is saying mean things to you and it makes you sad, you gave your power away. Nobody can make you feel any way, okay? So remember that when you have lots of worry, this is you doing it to yourself. You know what you could do is, even if this is litigation, you know what you could do instead of this worry? Trust in this. That Thoth is telling you that the universe knows you've done good work. Trust in spirit. Just don't worry and trust that everything will be taken care of, especially because you're going to get this determination going on. You're going to have what you need to fix this. Okay, so of course there is more to spiritual authority than just recognizing that it lies within you. There are times when you must act on it. Act on it. Guard it and protect it, which means recognizing when others seek to exert influence over you for their own reasons, or when you are being manipulated out of your own authority, becoming blind to your own power of choice, and instead believing that things are just the way that they are, and you cannot question or query. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Whew. This is starting to annoy me. These people who are trying to tell you what to do, that are saying sharp things to you, you wouldn't be afraid of them if they hadn't already said sharp things to you. All right, I'm sorry. Let's keep going. Sometimes during such challenges, to wield the crook and flail, to exert one's own spiritual authority, requires that you stand your ground and remain true to your knowing. This is not about achieving a certain outcome or attempting to control anything or something or someone, or even forcing things to be as you wish they could be. Standing your ground means always telling your truth. Means always telling yourself the truth and not selling out or giving away something that has genuine spiritual truth and meaning for you. It is not about making another see things the same way. It is about honoring your own truth. And if your truth is wise enough to include compassion, then honoring the other, even when the other disagrees with you or seeks to harm you out of their own fear. Wow! You do not have to challenge another in order to honor your truths and inner authority. If you feel that another has to agree with you in order for your authority to be intact, then it isn't genuine inner authority at all. The fact that you don't need to have the agreement of others in order to live an empowered life can be a liberating realization. This is your hanged man moment. You want to be liberated from this life in suspension. This is the enlightenment. I'll say this again. The fact that you don't need to have the agreement of others in order to live an empowered life can be a liberating realization. You do not need the agreement of others in order to live an empowered life. Yet there are times when life can feel like an assault against your truths, with many challenging you. Remember what I was saying about this, the miscommunication or mean communication? Yeah, right there. Queen of Swords in the reverse. For those souls who have come to master spiritual authority this lifetime, there is a test. To remain true without becoming dogmatic. To honor what you know is true without minimizing, judging, or dismissing the truths of another that are different to yours. In parentheses it says, but just as true for them. In parentheses. You have the power to create and own your reality, and you don't need permission from anyone else to do this. Honor your spiritual sovereignty. Let the Lady Isis help you find your spiritual authority and freedom of choice now. If you have pulled, oh, okay, this is another card. Okay, so seeking to hand over any responsibility for your own well-being to another can be tricky and ultimately self-destructive path, even though it may seem to start off as a relief of stress about some concern or other. This card also guides you to take responsibility for your health into your own hands too. Advice from health professionals and doctors can be helpful and sometimes can be mistaken. It is up to you to decide for yourself how you wish to work with your body. Don't be scared. Listen to the advice given by other professionals, but remember, your life is your spiritual gift. Don't be afraid to live in it your own way. Okay? So I feel like this is who you'll be. All right, Leo. That was really awesome. Please don't forget to like, comment, all that. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.